Oh, I'm going into the
into
whorehouse.
the fearsome dreamer.
Fearsome dreamer, under an alias in order to
I have realized your wife.
in order to like basically get into contact with this person we have on the inside. Well, not exactly have on the inside, but person whose name I had to drop because telling a big bad man that we have a magical child that can do thief things is not a good idea.
Yeah.
That's something we want to keep to ourselves.
Yeah. So yeah, that's an ace in our sleeve. So basically, I'm going in there to like. By the way, if anyone asks, you have a storied history with criminal empires.
Why don't we just kill her?
Oh, we could do that.
Or bribe her.
Killing her's cheaper.
Shall we roleplay it out then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So we'll start with this whole thing because the other plan is to go back and get a report from Ape, who so that will be done back at your inn unless you've given her a place to do it in Woodhurst.
I assume we would have told her to come to the inn in Woodhurst because that would be where we were planning on staying anyway.
So as a quick pointer, just before we come up, I'm gonna say we're coming up with this plan afterwards, and I'm okay with that. So remember that if you do that out of character, you'll be meeting up with a girl for information in a building where the entire inn has been shut down. It is criminal activity day in the inn.
Well, we would just speak to her in the room, surely. Where
it might be raising questions. If
well, I mean,
girl
she
comes in.
can go invisible. So she just walks to us.
Yep. Cool.
I don't know.
And yeah, well, we'll deal with that in a bit. So, Jacques, you're gonna take on a guise.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
So,
just my power. I can do that once a day.
Yep. So, yeah, you what do you look like today then?
I'm a live young acrobatic-looking lady with short blonde hair.
Who I don't
Bad
live
taste
with.
in movies.
She has a terrible taste in movies. So today of Tom's aliases is my flatmate.
Yeah.
One of. Cool. So
every time we disguise as people, like someone disguises as a person in our party.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing every week.
Yeah. Nick Pisani and Jessica Tubb.
Nick Pisani, Alan Marshall.
You were Daniel last week. You were a gay man.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was
So
last week.
So this there's a lot of people it's as busy as it was last time. Well, a lot of the rest of the city has changed. Nothing seems to have changed here. As you're walking past, first while you're going backwards through the building, looking for Sherry, you're aware of something that maybe you had been aware of, but we talked about the fact that there were people doing smoking opiates and stuff like that in here.
Yep.
There are people who are smoking spice as well, pipes full of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just
the right place.
in your when you were walking through last time, you saw this corner of people and you're people doing drugs. Now you're going people doing opiates and there's spice. I recognize that because we know it's being done here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just something you are now aware of.
Yeah. So we're here on a very illegal day.
Every day is a very illegal day.
Yeah.
Is whoring legal? I don't know.
Whoring is legal, yes. For sure.
Okay.
So yeah, you make your way to the back. Sherry is serving drinks to a table of a group of just three kind of regular working men.
Yep.
Kind of thing. They're proper leery guys. They're gazing at all the girls oh, look at that one, kind of thing as they walk past.
Oh,
It's got boobs. And then
I'm gonna. Is there a bar?
Hmm?
Is there a bar in here as well? I should probably start throwing drinks. I will buy a drinky drink and stand in a. See, now I've actually had a drink. I'm far more alert and conscious. I should do this for exams if I had any.
Yeah.
It's to be fair, the first session where I've not been drinking at the same time, and it's one where I've not been able to. I've had no idea what I was doing.
Yep,
it's working.
We figured out the trick.
Alcohol is the answer. Now, I'm going to take a drink and sort of just stand in the corner, surveying the landscape. Almost look like I'm picking somebody out, kind of thing.
So, question of the day is: are you trying to look like one of the girls on display, or are you trying to look like a, you know?
No, I'm a client.
Fine. Yeah,
Fine.
okay. That was the question. Yeah, like a couple of the guys who are just the other clients are like a couple of them come up and like obviously try to hit on you. You recognize one?
But Jess has asked that to touch my butts, so I'm gonna be like just not fondling, but like
Yes.
I'll be like woi, but not because.
So yeah, as I was saying, you do recognize one of the guys comes up and tries to hit on you. Like, it's kind of an awkward moment for you because you're like, "Oh, I used your face last time." You're like, you're like, "Oh, it's you." Yeah, he tries to hit on you a little bit, like, and you smack the ass and leave.
What face is this?
Daniel.
Oh.
For those of us who aren't in our friend circle, Daniel and Jess date, which is why it's funny to us. Like, yeah, you get this kind of little thing, and then, like, yeah, so people do come up, they chat to you, they try to hit on you and stuff like that. You have a drink. A couple of the guys who work here, they come up and like, anything you're interested in. A couple of the girls as well.
Yeah, and I'll just give a general sort of like just browsing for now, but I'll take a drink and stuff.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
And it's like I like to take my time.
Anything you're surveying for in particular? Like,
this is just a cover, by the way. I'm not like
Yeah.
looking for anything right now. It's all I know where she is.
she's been walking backwards and forth. She's been doing a job. She occasionally hits on a guy. You see her give a lap dance at one point. It's this sort of thing.
I'm gonna when she's not servicing, like when she's just sort of like doing her thing, I'm going to use my message. I'm gonna like be taking a drink and hold it in front of my mouth because I have to like whisper for it.
Yeah.
So I'll be like quietly, just like remain calm.
All right, let's give her a willpower save, shall we?
Oh man.
It's like Davina McCall every time she had to speak to the Big Brother house.
It looks like Daniel slapped his own ass. Oh, slapped his ass as Jess.
This is a weird conversation.
It's a bit weird.
So yeah, when you're like remain calm, and she like and drops her tray of glasses.
I said when she wasn't busy.
She's always got something. Like you catch her when she's clearing a table. So
Oh, damn it.
it's empty glasses. She will still probably get in trouble for it, but she's not getting as much trouble if it was like taking them to. Yeah. Yeah, what do you like? She's dropped. She's looking around for that. She's like, "What the fuck?"
And I'm just like, don't cause a scene. I'm a friend.
You see her like she's in that sort of mindset where it's like do not cause a scene when you're already rattled.
Does she not recognize my voice?
Your voice changes when you disguise.
Oh, true. Shit.
So no, she does not recognize my flatmate's voice.
I guess I was wondering because it was like a sidekick thing, but okay.
No, it's still
If you have to
Because
whisper to do it.
yeah, there's still a verbal element to it. You still have to say things.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, like you're like stay calm, and she's just like you can see her like she's like making huge gestures, like this sort of like yes, I am very calm. Things, everything is all right, that sort of thing.
Okay, I was like, right, continue with your work and listen.
She kind of you see her nod like more visibly than she's just like she looks
Don't
scared.
nod.
She's
I was
scared.
like,
She's like when you say don't nod, she's like
yeah, just like low key. Don't worry. I'm just gonna be like, I'm a friend, and I need to talk to you. It's very important.
still looking around like just
Are
dealing
you
with
able-
things.
Are you able to when are you able to get out of work for a while?
So she doesn't know how this spell works. She
Oh
doesn't.
fuck! Shit, you're right. Shit. I'm like, wait, no, don't answer.
That you see her open her mouth to be like,
Wait, no, bad idea. Maybe I need to drink more.
the ideas will come.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Are you able to get out of work at any point? Blink once for yes. Blink twice for
Sorry,
no.
she started to nod, and then you're like blink. So it's like her head's tilted back, and she's like blinks once.
Okay, cool.
She's frozen in the spot, like with her head back and blinking. A few people are
Sherry
looking.
is not a smart woman.
I said
Nope.
stop, damn it.
She was originally going to be, but this is much funnier.
Christ on a bite. Oh, right, yeah, much funnier, but it fucks me over. God damn it. You're the worst.
I am pretty mad. I love it.
Now, right, okay, good. I'm just gonna say. Go when you've done with the glasses. Go proposition the like describe myself basically.
Like when you're describing people, she's looking around and you see her make eye contact with you at one point.
Yep, I'll give her a little wink as I'm like drinking.
Yeah, so she's like she's looking at you like kind of like she's got like huge looks of confusion on her face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like after a moment, she kind of like she's just standing there looking at you for a bit, and she's like, "Oh!" And you see her like remember that she's supposed to be carrying this tray of glasses. So she takes this tray of like broken glass to the counter, and you see like a man behind the bar like kind of yelling at her for a bit.
Yeah.
There's a brief interlude where like she's taken back somewhere. Like she's taken by someone away, and she comes back. Like after a while, she comes back, and like she comes over to you, and like she like she's trying to act like she's trying to proposition you, but she's confused, scared, and obviously kind of looking over her shoulder a little bit as well.
Yep.
So
This
it's
is
not
great.
going well. Oh my god. Yeah. So
yeah.
they're
I guess
like,
at
yeah.
this point, I'll be like, what time did you get? Like, sort of like making it almost sound like it, so it's not suspicious, making it almost sound like a chat thing, just like, what time did you get off?
Like, what do you want?
I just feel like I'm trying to help you. Promise.
That little help you've done me so far. And she's kind of like grabbing your shoulder.
I would already be on plan B at this point.
It's not going to help me anymore, is it?
I love you, Stuart, sometimes.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, okay, we've met before. Basically, fuck it. I was like, we've met before. My name is Jacques.
She looks you up and down. She's like, no, you're not.
I'll just sort of like change my eye color or something, I guess. Like, can I do that? I'm trying to remember.
No, I believe your costume's all or nothing, man.
Yeah, shit. Fucking hell, it's not an easy thing to do. I'll basically I'll recount that scene to her. Like, I did this and this. That was nice.
Yeah, because neither of us remember it, so it's just I recount the scene.
I did this and this.
Yeah, it's kind of like how do you know that?
I remember. My friend was a complete douchebag. He was here for his sister.
You were friends with Junior, right?
And I'm just like,
And she kind of stops. She's like, "Is like you see her kind of look down." She's like, "Is this about Elizabeth?"
I'll just be like, it involves her. Yes, we're trying to keep people safe.
She kind of like breathes into her nose, looks over her shoulder, and like when she does, you can see like kind of a large man like staring at her, like obvious bouncer kind of guy.
At which point, I'm just gonna be like, you said I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be kind of like, sort of like put an arm around her, sort of like kind of look interested, like stroke her chin a little bit, and just play along.
Yeah.
Like it's a job.
So
I imagine she'll be.
Yeah. When you put your arm around her, she winces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is part of what she does here, I guess. I'm just kind of like.
Yeah.
Man,
So
I hate this kind of
she's
thing.
like, "There's a room around the back we can use, I guess."
Okay. Yeah, it's safe.
Mm-hmm. You need to She kind of like nods towards the counter.
Yeah.
And she's you need to pay up front.
Yeah, that's fine. At which point, like, I'm gonna like, I go over my coin purse.
Yep.
And use prestidigitation, I guess, to see if I can make some coins up.
Oh yeah, yep, you can do that.
I need to check that because there's a certain amount of time they last for.
For sure. When you just like, so while you're doing it, like, you get up to the counter.
I'll make it be like I'm like, no, like while I'm stood with it, I'm just gonna make it look like I'm like counting out my coins. But
Yeah,
that's fine.
when the guy's like there, he's like, it's a gold for the night, but half price for the damaged goods.
Which one, like, damaged?
Like, he's just like, you'll see soon enough, and just like, the barkeeper does not give a shit, you know. He's like,
At which point I'll just be like, seems fine to me, and I'll like quite happily just pay the full.
he's like, no loss, and just pockets the money.
Did you say it was only a gold?
What? It was 1 gold, yes.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't care about prestidigitation. I'll just pay it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So at which point I'll be sort of like, I'll be like acting playfully for it, and I'll move into the room. Hello.
Yeah.
You right?
We'll catch up with him in a second. But yeah, crap. Don't describe the scene. He's looking left. He's looking right. He's ascending into the darkness. Let us, like, is there anything else we're doing in town before we meet up with Ape, or is it just, and he's running into darkness? So yeah, you guys are going to be meeting Ape in the pub. So we'll go back to that scene later.
I don't think we're actually getting anything out of that
Well, Ape.
at all.
Or
No, of speaking to her.
Oh, I think
There's always
we
a
are.
I think it was just meant to be a cover story
yeah.
Tom.
because she wasn't giving us any info.
No, but I
You
think
were
that's
going
pretty
to-
important.
But there's always
I know, but what I'm meaning is we weren't getting anything that we would need to do something else.
Yeah.
Out
No,
of her.
but it's something that it's basically covering our tracks, which is just as important.
Yeah.
I know.
Given
All
how
I was meaning was
I
we
am
could move
proud
on
that
to the next stage without if Tom didn't come back, which he has
Yeah.
come back. Maybe.
Or
He's
coming,
struggling. He's going. Okay. He's like, it's all right. He's
Okay.
he's at home for the holidays, which is why he's
Yeah.
in the eternal darkness. So we'll just deal with another scene while we wait. It's no
Okay.
issue. So, Ape, like, you guys are you guys still hanging around the Lion's Leg? Are you guys
Are
still
we
hanging
still
around the
on the
Lion's Leg?
Lion's
or-
I guess so.
Cool.
I mean, we might as well wait for because waiting for Tom.
Yeah. So the atmosphere, like in the Lion's Leg, is kind of like, you've always seen it in this kind of busy pub. It's a lot it's a lot less electric. You know, it's like kind of dead. There's a lot of people sitting around, just kind of, drinking. Like, they're looking. This like map of Woodhurst still spread out on the table. The door is constantly checked. It's not a great place. We're skipping you and going to the pub. We'll come back to you alone in your room with your horror in a second. It's no problem, mate. So mid-afternoon, Ape does appear, and she's kind of like looking kind of like down a little bit. So like she's like, "Hey, are we good to talk?" Or
And the Lion's Leg.
yeah, you are in the main body of the room, so
Oh, okay. So she walked into the pub.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's fine then.
yeah, she's like, are we good to talk here?
I think we should go get a drink at a different pub. Honestly, I don't think it's a good place to stick around and talk
Why not?
because if we do get overheard by any of the what are they called again?
Order of the Stars.
Yeah, if we get overheard by any of the Order of the Stars, then that would compromise some of the details of what we've told them. And I don't think that's a good idea, because if he overhears this and believes this is the source of information instead of Sherry in the brothel, then he'll know that we lied to him in some capacity, and I can imagine this is a man who wouldn't appreciate that.
So Fat Santa's not around.
Yeah, but if somebody else overhears it and then reports back to him,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I think it makes more sense just to, even if we're like walking or taking an alley or something like that, it makes more sense than staying in essentially like, it's not an enemy tavern, an enemy gathering place, but still a place where we can't really freely discuss information.
Place where you could get in trouble if something went wrong.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, so rest of you, like the three of you, gonna get up and go for a wander?
Mhm.
4 of you include
I'm
8.
happy with that.
Yeah. You do that, and Ape's like. So Ape's kind of like looking a little bit down. She's like, when you guys make it get like a decent distance away, you can start talking. Like, there's more
Yeah.
populated areas. And she's kind of like, I'm kind of sorry. I didn't really get much at all. I followed the. I went to that place, that fearsome dreamer place, the whorehouse. I went around the back. I saw nothing. No one really moved in or out. But I heard people. She's
So
kind
you
of
didn't
like,
go inside?
no, I didn't go inside. I was looking for there was so there's no way that she would be able to find that side of the tunnel, without being caught snooping around.
Yeah.
She can go invisible, though.
She can't go invisible. She teleports.
She doesn't tell. You told us the way it works is that she goes to the other realm.
Yeah.
That has like an exact copy of this realm, but
Yeah.
smaller.
But
Yes.
they don't have doors and
That is teleportation. Like, she's teleporting between the realms, walking, then teleporting between the realms.
Yeah, but could she not look around while in the other realm? I thought that was her plan.
Yeah, but she could. That's a good point. I completely forgot about that.
yeah, that's
In my
why
head, I was just having her sneaking around the outside.
Why would we need
I
her for
completely
that?
forgot
We
my
can
own
use
superpower
literally anybody else for that job.
So,
But-
well, it's because it's like the person it's the criminal person in your guild who wouldn't be recognized at the place, which is why that was what was in my head. Yeah, so she's kind of like, I didn't find anything in there, no, but I did see some stuff while outside in the real world. Like, it's like, so I didn't see. I watched the place all day. I found a nice place where I could see the entire building, and no one came in or out. But I heard a few people saying that they got the shipment in today. So the other end, I think it must be on the other side of the wall. Like, it's all the information I can give right now, but I can go back. I'll look some more.
Why do we pay her again? She's not very useful.
she also gives us money.
She gets some
That's
money.
it.
Like,
And
she's very useful. Like, honestly, her power is really good. Like, even just giving us any information like that is not a thing to be sniffed at.
Well, we already knew the information she's given us so far.
No, we
Yeah.
didn't actually.
We did.
We could guess
you knew
Well,
rumors, and there was some.
There's no
There was a
point of having a Puggler's tunnel that doesn't go past the wall. 'Cause
Well, it would mean that if it didn't, there'd be some pretty good information. But this is just guaranteeing a fact.
And that's, again, isn't a bad thing. It's information. I don't think we should send her out again, by the way, I'm saying. Every time I think we send her out, it guarantees the risk for getting caught more.
I do rules for that, so
Yeah. Like, it is a risky thing, I think, using her in missions. And if we already have, I don't know. This is up to you two as much as me.
I don't know, it doesn't seem like we're getting more information out of sending her out again, so there's not a lot to be gained.
Yeah.
I'll tell her just to go back to the inn,
mm-hmm.
continue our usual stealing routine.
Sure thing, boss. Just send me a line if you need me again, and I'll
I will.
run right over.
Thank you for your work.
Yeah, and then she kind of poofs out from in front of you and gets on her way. So, where are you guys going next? Like the three of you?
We don't have a meeting place set.
Probably the Lion's Leg.
No, okay. Well, do we want to go to a certain place to make it look like we actually headed out for a reason, or what?
Light and Dorhim, what are your opinions on this?
I don't think there's any reason to hide. I don't think they have any reason to really mistrust us. And they will have saw the person coming into the bar anyway, so they will have just assumed we wanted to talk without them overhearing.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, we'll just head back to the bar then.
Cool. Yeah. When you get back, there's a couple of guys that you recognize. Like they were like, we were looking for you. The boss told us to find you. We got the gnome.
You did. Excellent.
Yeah, he's in the back room.
All right.
Little unconscious right now. George here did a bit of a number on him. It was like, like George is like, so of the two, it's like one kind of scrawny guy, like and then one fucking behemoth. And like George is the behemoth, obviously. And when he's like George did a number on him.
George is the scrawny guy.
No, George is the George is my behemoth. And George is like, just like, oh, stop.
Oh, you flattered me.
Yeah. But yeah. So we'll jump back to
pray that our fellow rejoins us soon. Then
we'll jump back to the end of the whorehouse scene, and then we'll come to you guys you guys get free reign over your gnome friend.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
So it's no problem. But yeah, so Sherry takes you into a back room, and she's just like, "What the hell is this all about?"
I'll just be like, you're certain we're not being watched anyway here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say like, this establishment is in danger at the moment.
Kind of literally, she goes, "What are you talking about?" And torture gnome? You want to torture a gnome? I think we're torturing a gnome. Are we torturing a gnome?
Okay.
Are we torturing a gnome? Or are we...
No, I'm supposed to be having brotherly bonding tonight, that's all.
Ooh.
Well,
Well,
tomorrow.
okay, we'll deal with your thing, and then we'll do the torturing gnome, and then we'll end the session.
Yeah.
So we'll do this scene quickly, and then you're free to run away.
We'll essentially have done all the planning.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why I keep getting prodded, sorry.
It's no problem. So we can rush together your scene, because like you're not doing all that much with her anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going to be like, yeah, this place is going to be in trouble. That's partly why we got Junior's sister out of here.
Elizabeth,
And
is she all right? I heard what happened to Rise.
that aside, she's doing okay.
She looks kind of like sad when you say that.
She's somewhere safe. She's certainly she's somewhere safe. She's with people she can trust. Back with family, and she's able to make a living in a less compromising regard.
What's she doing?
I can't give too much away just yet, just in case.
Witness protection.
Basically that kind of thing. Like I can't give out too much just yet.
So what does this have to do with me?
Well, as Jacques like, well, I don't want you in here when things go wrong.
What about the rest of the girls?
Hopefully we get as many people out of here as possible before then.
What's the plan?
Is there any time when you guys are able to leave this place? You're not like stuck here all the time, I imagine.
She's like, yeah, each girl gets like a couple of hours a day, but if we don't get back in, we get in trouble.
Well, let's just say next time you leave, there won't be anyone. If you do come back, there won't be anyone here to get you in trouble. Hopefully. But
like she kind of feels like that doesn't really work for everyone. It only gets a few of us out. She explains like it's not like they all the girls get to leave at 1-2 hour period and then come back. It's staggered. Some girls go out for that much.
No,
so
exactly. Yeah.
If one batch of girls doesn't come back, the rest will not leave. It will be on lockdown until someone figures out what's going on.
Yeah. Fuck. It's tricky. But again, we can't like work on everyone. We're trying to keep as many people safe as possible. Hopefully, like basically, we're gonna be like you know about the you'll know about the drug trade that goes on in this building, right?
She nods.
Yeah, it's like it's gonna be a bit of a clamp down on that, basically.
She at that point she kind of stops and she's like, "You got Elizabeth a job, right?"
Yes.
What about the rest of us? This is how we make our money.
I'm going. Guess I'll just have to go for a bluff on that.
Give me a shot.
Right now, basically just saying like, the building won't be destroyed. It'll be under new management. Hopefully, there'll still be work available.
Which could still very well be true.
Hopefully, yeah. Just probably not whoring.
But you can't And she's like, and you'll treat us better than they treat us now.
Not. I'll just be like, not difficult.
She kind of like nods, and she's like, so like this entire time she's been holding like her shoulder and her waist.
Yeah.
Like when she dropped the drinks and disappeared, she got beat for it. Like
Yeah. I can't
when she
forget that.
winced when you wrapped your arm around her.
Mm.
Yeah, I wasn't like strangling her in.
No,
It was
but
more
you
just
kinda,
kinda
like,
like
grabbed her.
hello.
It's
No,
so
her.
open, so-
Yeah, I know, but
Alright.
damage shoulder. But yeah, pretty much like with like a bluff check of 14 is not that great, but she wants to believe you, which is kind of what she's going with here. You know, they don't want this job.
Mhm.
Cool. So, is there anything else you want to ask or talk to her about, or?
Well, I want to know, does she have any sort of idea about how trade gets in and out of here? You know, has she seen anything when she's worked here?
Like,
Have any of the clients that she's worked with said anything in a stupor?
no, so it's like she says, "I've never seen anything," but I mean, I've never seen anything. I walk through the front door. I walk around that main hall every day. I go up and down these corridors every day. The only place I don't go is Slip's room.
Yeah, and there's
coming in
no
and out.
sort of basement or anything.
What?
There's no sort of basement or anything.
She says, "Yeah, there is, but yeah, I've been there too. You know, get the barrel from the basement, Sherry. You know,
Okay, yeah.
I've never seen anything. I'd place all my money on Slip's room.
Yeah, I suppose, like, I guess if they've got the workers going down there a lot, then they're not going to hide a secret entrance in there they don't want them to know about because they're going to be there
Yep.
all the time. So, yeah, I guess we have our way out. It's just getting into it.
Yep.
So, but at least now, if need be, we know where to send Ape straight away. To have a poke around, at least.
So while you're away, they sent 8 back to the inn.
I know.
Ape
Okay.
is very incompetent at finding secret tunnels, as we have found out.
But we have something specific for her to look for.
She did a very good. She did a perception check and got like a 5 on it. So
Oh,
Right, okay, yeah, fair enough then. Again, we've got time to plan this.
yeah,
So basically, I'm just saying, like, okay.
maybe have her not leave then.
Yeah, I guess just be like,
I'll say we Deus Ex Machina and say like, you know, if you're trying to get Ape back, when Jacques leaving the whorehouse, he bumps into her on the way out the city.
all right. But I'll say to Sherry though that basically when this happens, obviously the girls are not the ones that are in trouble, so they will be protected by people coming in.
Yeah.
You know, be ready to be ready to get yourself out of harm's way and stuff, but don't spread it around because it's gonna get people in trouble. If a fuss is caused and people find out about it, then it compromises our ability to protect everybody.
Yeah, she says like, I'll make sure the girls who I can trust know, and then
Okay.
you know, the more it knows, the safer this will be when we get around to it.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
it'll be like 2 or 3 other people.
yeah, it's fine. Like out of character, I don't care.
no.
It's just make it so that when it comes to it, don't
Yeah.
you know, don't tell everybody. And
Don't
if-
stand on a soapbox and go, guys, we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
Cool.
And also just say and if anybody asks about your involvement in this, anyone on our side anyway, basically try to say that you know, make sure they know that you helped us out, and they'll know to treat you right, basically.
Yeah. Give me a quick diplomacy check on that one. Just like
Yeah, that's more important. That's fine.
yeah,
Ooh.
she's like whatever you need.
Okay,
So
so
that's-
just say okay, yeah, this is your backstory. Okay.
Yeah,
This-
and she's just like gotcha.
She knows how to roleplay, I imagine.
Yeah, they have like it's for all those D&D sex fiends. It happens.
The very common ones who go into the.
D&D is a gateway drug.
It is into summoning Cthulhu and
It's satanic, yeah.
and hanging yourself.
Yeah. Right.
That was the best.
Okay, so that's you done with your whorehouse scene.
Okay, I gotta run.
You can go play with your brother now.
Yeah.
Bye, Tom.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's lovely. Okay, so let's torture a gnome, shall we? I mean, get information from a gnome.
Information.
So,
Without our charisma expert.
Oh, has he disappearing fucked up the overlay for you?
It should have just left the hole where he is because he's on the end.
He must not be on the end for Chris.
No, as in he's on the end of our list, so he didn't change the order that we're in.
No, but
Did
you
he?
moved everyone down one.
Oh,
Like if
Okay.
we're all still in the box, Chris, don't bother about it. Like people know our faces. We should be all right by now. If they're this far in, we're good. So,
Who has the best charisma of us three?
now it's starting to... Let me describe the scene, you shit. So, in one of the... I like the way I do. Dorhim, this gnome is, like, tied to a chair. Like, he's, like, back against the wall. Like, he's got, like, quite a big, like, bruise on his forehead, and he's got, like, a blindfold around him. His hands are tied behind his back, and he's, like, really well bound to this chair. It's not the first time they've tied a gnome to a chair. And not in a fun way. So, how are we doing this?
Again, who has the highest charisma? I just want to know.
I think I do.
Then you will take charge from the intimidation.
Things you don't
Okay.
expect to hear.
I'll get the folding chair out. Go and remove it. Place it in front of him. Go remove his blindfold.
I'm gonna
Sit in
love
front
this.
of him in the chair and ask him. So where's the deed to Slip's building, and how do we change it so it's now our building?
So, the unconscious gnome...
Well, I assumed I would wait till he's conscious.
Yeah, I know, I just wanted to
Or-
be a little bit facetious there.
Yeah, I
You
know.
could, like, slap him on the cheek a little bit to wake him up faster, you know? That kind of thing.
No, that's fine. I'll just wait.
Cool. So, eventually, kind of groggily, like, where am I? Where'd the giant go?
Oh, we can bring him back in if you'd like.
Like, who are you? Why is the lights off?
Where's the deed to Slip's building, and how do we make it our building?
He kind of stops. He's like, I'm not telling you that.
I'll remove his blindfold and ask him again.
He suddenly starts blinking. He's like, I know you, and he doesn't point obviously because his hands are tied to the chair. He points and ties his hands back to the chair. He's like, he looks at you.
Yeah,
He's like, I know
might
you.
not have been a good idea. That
You're the guy who your sister. He like does that noise with his mouth.
I'll ask him again.
Like he's not looking at you. He's like looking at Jacques and Junior even. My bad. And he's like, oh man, there's a lot of blood there. You should have seen like the janitors. They had to clean that shit up, man.
I'll pick up the chair and hit him with the chair.
Like okay,
and ask him again.
Give me a melee check. Just...
Against an unmoving target who's bound.
Oh yeah,
I
good
actually
point.
get an automatic hit.
Give me a
non-lethal?
roll 1d4.
It would be
how-
non-lethal.
Yeah,
Is it so?
yeah. Give me a
I believe it
1d4.
would be strength damage anyway. There is damage for it.
Flash 1d4 and then add
It's,
minus your
it's the
damage.
same. It's the same thing.
Let's just see how much damage you do whacking with
I was going to say, would he make intimidation at the same time as this?
That was my
That's what he's
intention,
doing.
was to have it be intimidating.
Yeah, so you give a like there are certain things I wouldn't make you do a test for, like intimidating someone by like threatening to whack someone with a chair. I'd make you do a test for that. Intimidating someone by hitting them over the head with the chair.
Well, the threat would be that I would then do it again.
Yeah.
Give me the intimidate check then as a follow up, and like add the +1 to it. So for the damage, you
That's
did.
awful.
Yeah. So you whack him over the head with this chair. Like the chair doesn't break or anything. You like properly clack him with it, and then his head. Maybe it was just like maybe you didn't get a good like angle on it or whatever. You just hit his shoulder over his head or whatever. You've never really whacked someone with this chair before, kind of thing. And he's kind of like, ugh. He kind of looks at you. He's like, "Have you seen her? Like, her with no eyes. Like just like, bet she bumps into all sorts of things now."
Okay. I'm going to go down by his chair. I'm going to look at him. And I'm going to say, you know what? I've never had my eyes popped out of my skull before.
I can see
I've
that.
seen it happen. But I've not
I've
had
seen it
my
happen too.
ears
You
cut
haven't
off.
seen it happen. Your
I've
sister.
not seen No, I said that I've not had my fingers cut off, my fingernails cracked off with a fork one by one before it happened.
Mhm.
I've not been cut all across my body before the wounds have been cauterized with the burning end of a gun barrel. Now you better answer questions before I make those nightmares happen.
Give me an intimidate check. Actually, like, give me a blood +3 to it for, like, because it was a pretty good speech.
15.
I like your speech, man.
Thank you.
So yeah, and by the way, for your last one, Dorhim, I was adding the damage you did. So if you got a 4, it would have been like pretty good. But so like collaboratively, like bludgeoning him with a chair, and then like a long elongated speech about how much pain he's going to be in, like as I was trying to do, like he starts to interject. He tries to interject with like kind of like your sister's blind jokes, and like after a while, he's kind of like, yeah, your sister's. Oh yeah, you can see him like start to like kind of like back down a bit. He's like, someone say something about a deed.
Dorhim.
Where is it? And can you make it ours?
Like, he stops for me. He's like, I know where it is. Yeah, I can get that for you, no problem. He's like, key.
No, I didn't ask you to get it for us. I asked you where it was.
He's like, key left hand pocket opens like a chest in like her it's like a back room in her office. She keeps all of her documents in there. She's got all the girls' contracts, all her legality stuff. Makes her legitimate business. And
Okay.
like, as for making it ours, that's a little trickier.
Why?
He's trying, like, you can see his like brain like running through it. He's like, she needs to sign it off to herself. I can't do it myself. I'm just the lawyer. But I mean, I'll do whatever you tell me to. Yeah, I'll do whatever you tell me to. You give me a signature that's kind of close to hers, and
We can forge it.
yeah. I mean, of course, I never heard you say that. I'm your lawyer now. Right? I'm your lawyer now, right?
How do we know you? So can only you do this, or can any lawyer do this?
At that exact moment, he's kind of like, I mean, I'm her lawyer. I'm signed on to her papers. Yeah. Give me what's the thing for checking for bluff again? Like,
Sense motive.
skill
Sense
for
motive.
sense motive. Yeah, give me a sense motive check to see if
Can we all do this?
Yeah.
There we go. Nat 20.
Yep. Okay. So like the two of you are both instantly aware. Yeah, he's trying to save his own skin. He's like, yes.
3 of us are aware,
like,
surely.
Oh yeah, sorry, I missed
yeah.
Blight's. I missed Blight's because that's where mine
I'm
popped
extra
up.
aware.
So like all 3 of you are like, you kind of look at him. You're like, he's trying to fast talk you to save his own hide. Like, having you're all very much aware of like having him around because he was like, he was saying, oh yeah, even a bad forged signature, I'm willing to like totally push that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could find somebody else who's equally shady. But
Or
works.
we could
Okay,
just
that
force her to do it.
Do you say that in character, or is that just
I guess I could say it in character. Say the other two.
he's
We
kind of like,
can find somebody who can do this.
he's like,
The Order of
hey,
Stars will have someone.
whoa, I know this town like the back of my hand. I'm the shadiest you're gonna get. I have talent. I've been working slip for years. She does all sorts of crap, and here I am, and she's only gone to jail once, and that was on tax evasion. And I'm better now. I'm better now.
Yeah, as you say, you've been working for her for years. I don't think that we want you working for us.
He's like, listen, you want her place. She's like, he kind of looks and he's like, she's not lasting long, is she? You're going for her. If she's dead, I don't have any reason to. Turn you into anyone.
Well, we've already done the sense motive check, so
Yeah, like he is 100% telling the truth. Like
Okay.
you know, he's on his last leg here. He doesn't want to die. He'll toss his loyalties in the bag. Like
Okay.
pretty much he's resigning to the fact that she could die here, and that's all she cares. That's all he cares about.
Okay.
I don't exactly like out of character here. I don't exactly want to kill him because I don't really consider him to be our captive here.
Mhm.
He's Santa Claus's captive.
That is
I
also
mean, I'd be fine getting rid of him if the sense motive check had come back and we were like, all right, so he's gonna still be loyal to.
Yeah, you probably will. But
what
again,
it seems
he's
like from the
he's
sense
not
motive
our-
check.
But we have a fairly good idea that he's not going to stay loyal if she isn't there.
So it seems like he'll stay loyal to the side that wins. Like
Yeah.
he expects two sides to go against each other, and one side's gonna come out, and he's like, whichever one comes in with is the one I'm placing my bets on. He's gonna place the bets on the person who wins.
I would love nothing more than to slit your scrawny chicken neck right now. But I'm going to be a little bit merciful this day.
Like
And I'm going to just put the blindfold over his mouth so he can't speak.
yeah, he's like as you start to put, like he's like I'm gonna be merciful. He's like God bless you, and like starts like to get the gag in. Cool.
Let's go.
And I assume that we would just send Apin for the documents because we now have an exact location and we have a key.
yeah, you could do that for sure. She'll get about that, but we will do that in the next session. Because that's all we really got time for. Shorter session, but that's because we started later, and we should be
Still
back.
got a lot done in this session, though.
Yeah, back next week to actually put the plan into fruition. So we'll catch
Will
you
next week's be our last episode? Or?
Yes.
I believe
Which
this.
is
Well, like, last episode with the exact same party, and possibly the last episode of the Inferno Night League for a while.